Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to prepare the full moon in Sagittarius for 2023. Before we start, I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings and emotions, and a whole bunch of individuality, creativity and responsibility as well. Always remember that the best way to be is to be your goddamn self, and that in general you should only believe in two things: yourself and all possibilities. But for an example, if you are on a strong, profitable spiritual ship, believe in that as well, no problem. You know what I'm saying? So welcome very much to the stream, welcome very much to the channel. If you are new on the channel, we speak a lot about spirituality and then into the things that we use to understand spirituality: astrology, tarot, numerology, gematria, uh, religion. We don't use religion here on the channel, but we dissect and explain what certain religious concepts truly mean. Because, for example, the Bible is not about a god or a specific entity. The Bible is about how you, as a spirit, can create specific things in this specific realm. Because if you go living on Venus as a spirit, in order to create things there, it's different from here. So the Bible talks about God, aka your spirit, all possibilities, the creator, and how via certain rituals and spells, specific actions, specific paths, specific shapes and forms, specific frequencies and vibrations, you can create or attract certain outcomes, create or attract certain circumstances or other groups of spirits. I remember reading a Bible and there was this thing, it was the ritual of the king, or it was about selecting a king or whatever, right? And that's talking about how spirits in general recognize or select the leader or the leaders, right? And that's pretty simple. I don't remember the passage in itself, but it was about that, right? And I remember there was like some social interactions. The female personage, the female characters, they were like creating kind of gossip, because for you to be the leader, you don't have to just only have good ideas. You have to entice others. You have to convince others. You have to make others trust you. So that's why in that passage of selecting the king, or the ritual of the king, or the whole king was giving the power to the new king and they could select a new king or whatever, the female characters were creating gossip or creating a network of information where they were talking about the possible next king, or who would be the best net king, who could be the next leader, because your feelings play a part in that, right? In the Bible, male represents thoughts, females represents emotions. Never forget about that. Let me announce on Discord that we live, and we're gonna start the live stream. All right. Keep in mind, guys, that the rising is wrong for my geographical location, because it's now 10 p.m. and this that you see on your screen doesn't make sense, because that means that the sun set down a few minutes ago, and that's not true. It was like 3 to 2 hours ago. Because you have to think about it, most people that use astrology, because I got this natal chart from a website, they don't understand how real astrology is. Some people think astrology is a form of psychology. Some people think astrology is a form of religion. Some people think astrology is a form to cater to your desires. No. Astrology is a form to get out of all things that is not you, That is not your creation, power, and responsibility. And astrology is real, guys. That's why you don't believe in astrology. You are already doing astrology. You go outside, you see the sun and the moon and the stars. First point. You go outside, you see everybody, or almost everybody, using a watch, a clock. That's astrology, bro. Right? You go outside, you see everybody worshipping a religion that worship the suns, or the sun and its passage through the seasons, through the houses. Astrology. Jesus Christ, the Son, had 12 disciples, 12 months, 12 things that you, as a spirit, need to master individually, and using your individuality, walking on water. Because if you pass through those disciplines underwater without being able to lift yourself up, there is no point, right? That's why people that think working hard is the solution, and they work super hard, or they work more than they should to achieve their goals, they will be empty anyway, right? Because the goal is to walk on water through those disciplines, right? Then you go outside. Actually, it is not outside, it's like you go into the internet and you go learn about astronomy, and you realize astronomy makes astrology has no meaning, right? Why isn't it important for you to know that said star moved a degree, or that Andromeda is over there, or that constellation is over here? That has no meaning in itself. Then you have to use astrology to give meaning, right? And that's why astronomy, astro, no, my, because astronomy is taking the individuality, your connection to those big bodies that influence you, right? And just you go outside and you have the seasons, bro. If you don't believe in astrology, explain me the seasons, the transitions, why people in general, and this is facts, this is science, this is been proven and documented, people behave differently in certain different seasons. It goes even to just, if it's hot, people are more aggressive. People want to go out and party more. If it's cold, people are less aggressive, people are more detached, and people like basically spend more time with their soul group, or they spend more time in smaller groups where they relate more to each other. Then, if you go into astrology and you learn fire, air, water, and earth, you're gonna be like, bro, this makes sense. The hot signs, the hot air, the hot energy, they more aggressive, they more expressive, and they like to be more in parties or whatever. The cold energy, they bit more loner, or they bit more introverted, or they spend more time with people that they are closer to, right? Because there is a reason why we called fire Leo fixed fire. There is a reason why we called it fire. There is a reason why we called Aquarius fixed air, because we saw physical representations of our spiritual activities. So in order for me and you to relate, and to be easier for us to share information and reach conclusions, we gave it terms so you and I could relate on those terms. And astrology is basically that. Is us seeing spiritual stuff outside, but because I'm a unique individual and you are a unique individual, and we both have unique perspectives, but we still live in the same realm and we must build shit together, we see those spiritual events manifested and materialized, and we'll be like, oh, we call that this. And you'll be like, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Boom. Because if we don't come up with relatable terms, it will be like, bro, that's that. And I will be like, no, that's this. And we're talking about the same thing. This happens with religion. You have in the past, and still to this day, Muslim people killing Christian people, even inside of the Muslim religion, you have different groups of Muslims killing each other because they have different names for the same thing. You can't tell me this world ain't dumb. When you say, oh, Aquarius are... Because I have an Aquarius tell him, Aquarius are so cold, they think everybody's dumb. Bro, go outside, you see people killing each other for reasons that make no sense. You see people... Bro, it was... I think it was a while ago, but I went to this to this cafe to buy tobacco, right? And the people in there were having political conversations. And one of them, that they were like complaining about, I think something got more expensive, right? And they were complaining that, oh, the government always stealing us, always doing this and that. And one of them said, I don't like this guy, this candidate, but I prefer him to the other guy. That's dumb. That's dumb, because in the same breath you are saying, I don't like the government, I don't like this guy, but I will put this guy in a position of power. Like, what the fuck, bro? That makes no sense. And I'm not hating on politics. I'm not saying we don't need it. I'm not saying we don't need the government. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying the mind state that that person was. They don't like it. They hate it. But they still give power to it. That makes no sense, bro. Right? That makes no sense. And that reminds me of something that we already talked about here on the live stream. But right now, you have to use Jupiter in Taurus to expand your business, because the government and the corporations, that you'll do the same. They will expand their business, and who you know what their business is? You, the economy. Because with no workers, no factories, with no informatic technicians, no AIs, no video games, no movies, no nothing. So they profit out of you. You build their world, you pay the bills, you make entertainment. So in order for them to remain with power and control over your profit, they have to expand stuff. They have to make stuff more expensive or less accessible to you. So in order for you to keep a par with them, you have to expand your business as well. You can't be complaining because those people at the coffee shop, at the cafe, those are different terms. In Portuguese, we use the same word for all those stores, but we know they're different stores. But in English, they have different names. But in that cafe, they were like, oh, this got more expensive. What the fuck is this? I don't know what's going on. What? No? Bro, it has been like this since forever. And I'm like, I'm 26, 8 years old. Those guys were like 40, 50, 60. They went through 2008 crisis. They went through the big depression of early 2000s. They went through this. They went through that. And they haven't learned yet? Bro, I'm here with a very well built mindset for like 4 years. And I already know. I knew before. Because it makes no sense, first, every country has debt, right? And from a logical point of view, that makes no sense. How everybody owns everybody something. And then you understand that the system is not as clear or is not as simple as you think. So in order to keep you in check, in order to keep you at their level, they need to throw the economy down or create circumstances to justify prices going up. Because not early 2020, but like early 2021, cryptocurrency was doing a lot, NFTs was doing a lot, the real estate market was doing a lot, and they were participating on it as well. So they knew that many people were getting out of the system, were getting less dependable of the system. And they don't want that. They don't mind if you do it or if I do it, but they mind when, in general, the masses do it. And also, I have to make a specific video that in the chat saying with no buyers, no business. That's true. No buyers, no sellers, no business, no nothing. There is no movement because you can't hate on the shadow government. That's like one of the few things I don't agree with Dolo is when he blames the shadow government. Because the shadow government have done some pretty fucked up shit. But there is way more people than shadow government. So the people together have way more power than the shadow government. So I don't care if the shadow government is throwing the net, is putting the trap there. People are going, people are staying. So I don't blame anybody. It's just the way it is, but it's not the right way to be. So let's fucking change. So the shadow government, they know they are spiritual. In it to a certain point. Otherwise, if they weren't, their system would not work. I'm telling you. If the shadow government weren't spiritual, why do you think they all religious? Every president, every person that is CEO of a company, they either religious because they're part of a group, they're part of a society, or they are afraid because they have spiritual senses, but they can't make sense out of them. So they need to use religion. But everybody is religious. Even Elon Musk, I'm telling you. Elon Musk is either religious behind closed doors or his religion is science. Because and you think I'm joking, but last year, 2 years ago, everybody was saying believe in science. And that's a religion, that's a neo-religion. It's no factual, it's no peer-reviewed technicalities, it's not prove me I'm wrong, because back in the day, somebody came up with a theory of science and it wasn't accepted like that. It went through a continuous excoordination, or whatever you say it, of people trying to debunk it. And nowadays, if you try to debunk something, the scientist or the community will get offended. But back in the day, they will be like, hell yeah, try to debunk this. Because my goal is not to be right, my goal is to give me and you answers, real answers. And science these days is very far away from that, right? And it ain't so funny that the fact checks from last year are true right now. Bro, you can't trust anything, okay? Especially we are on Gemini season. So it always happens like this, like Gemini season, they throw some truth out there. You know why? Because people are so gossipy and so light that they see the truth and they move on to something else because they are not invested, because it's Gemini season, bro. You know what I'm saying? That in the chat saying they created slave ships, like, oh, you don't want to know yourself, get in, we have a curriculum that works. That's true. And the richest people on earth, they are in that curriculum, because most people that are rich, they don't know how they got rich, because somebody else, like, they know, I was in that business, I was making music. I'm talking like real spiritual shit. They don't know how they created and accumulated that momentum. They just know, oh, I'm here, I have a lot of money. But they don't know how they created that, because most times they were chosen, not chosen ones. I choose myself though, but they were chosen by somebody else. So what happens is, they don't know themselves, they don't know their power, they don't know their fears, they don't know their insecurities. So they get into these books, they get into these religions, they get into these agendas, because when you think about atrocity or whatever you're saying, like authority taking personal freedom away for the greater good, most people that do that, they really believe in it. They really believe, oh, I'm helping the world, because they don't know anything about themselves or spirituality. So they get onto these agendas where they be like hurting other people that they never know in their life, because there is a really huge gap between rich people and poor people, physically speaking. That you have certain rich people that are born into rich families, they never saw poor people in their life. They be like 18 years old when they met their first homeless, because they went on a trip to I don't know where with their friends. Some rich people, they don't know that there is people living on the streets. Some rich people, they don't even know what is the average wage, right? This happened to this streamer. He comes from a Jewish family, and he's very rich, and he thought that in America the average wage was like what he said. It was like 10 times what it actually is, because they think it's easy for everybody. They know they're rich, they know they're richer than you, but they don't think you poor, right? That is saying true. Family, alliances, and shit. True. So most of these people that they're like taking your personal rights away, taking your personal freedom, they really think they are helping because they don't know what's going on. So they really think they're helping, and they really believe that they are doing something good, and they see it as like, oh, great suffering. I know I'm probably hurting others that I don't even know how they live, but it's for the best of the world. It hurts me so much to probably hurt you in case you are inside of that category that we are trying to do something about, but it's for the best. Oh, but it hurts me so much. And they go back to their mansion being bored as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, that's not the way. That's not the way. And we came to this topic because we're talking about expanding your business with Jupiter and Taurus, because the governments, the corporations, they will expand their business, which is you, so they'll make things more expensive and less accessible, so you need to depend more on them, because if you don't depend more on them, you're gonna expand your business and depend more on yourself, and they don't want that. They want that strong connection, right? That's why 4th of July, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, because they play this role of the big mama. They need us. Without us, there will be war, there will be chaos. Bro, because of you, there is war, there is chaos. Duh. Because, like, I'm not against any government facility or organization, but if the UN exists, why we still have wars? If the ONU or whatever exists, why do we still have wars? I don't know. You know? I don't know. Because those organizations, their main function is to respect the human... it makes sense now. Because respect the human rights, but they know that we ain't human. We know we are spirits inside of a human body. So that's what they do. They make sure that you forget your spiritual powers and identity, and they make sure you are right as a human, but not right as a spirit. This deserves a video. Hold on, guys. Hi everybody. Hi every spirit. Welcome to Esoteric Cloud Surfer's YouTube channel. And today we are talking about the human rights. So you have certain organizations like the UN or the ONU, right? Because then it changes the names for different languages. But their main thing is to uphold the human rights and stop the war and whatnot. But there is still war going on. There is still slavery going on. There is still very unfair conditions and trades going on, right? And if you think about it from a spiritual perspective, it makes sense, because their main purpose is to uphold the human rights. But whoever is behind or was behind these organizations, they know that we ain't humans. They know we are spirits inside of a human body. So instead of helping you or making you or maintaining you or supporting you by being spiritually righteous, spiritual rights, no, they uphold you right as a human. They want you to be humanly righteous. They don't want you to be spiritually righteous. They want to maintain you inside of this human shape and form. They want you to forget or ignore your spiritual powers and your spiritual identity. And that's the true goal of these organizations that defend and protect the human rights, because we are not humans. You created a human mindset, a human network of desires, aka emotions, and a human body vessel. But as a spirit, you can create many things. You can die right now and create another body, another mentality that does not resemble this at all. So you are not a human, but that's why those organizations uphold the human rights. So you don't have spiritual rights, or they make you forget about your spiritual powers, because we ain't humans, we are spirits in a human body. That's it. That's all for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Always remember that the best way to be is to be your goddamn self and only believe in yourself and all possibilities. Till the next time, this is the Cloud Surfer, surfing out. Real shit. That is saying, that's exactly the concept of the devouring mother principle. Overprotective and doesn't want its kids to be independent. Yeah, they work, that's why they celebrate, especially in America, because America is like the updated version of their program, right? That's why they celebrate the Independence Day on the 4th of July, because it's not your independence, it's their because you or nobody in your family came up with these holidays. Nobody in your family, in your neighborhood, in your family line, or nobody that you know came up with these names, with these religions, with even the concept of week and time. You didn't came up with it, somebody else did. So when you celebrate the holidays, you are not celebrating your holidays, you are celebrating their holidays, because they created it. It's as simple as that. It's not they want to hurt you, they want to kill you. No. It's just like you didn't made it, somebody else did. So they hold intellectual property, and when you feed your energy and attention and time to their intellectual property, guess who will grow? They, not you, because you are not applying your energy, time, and effort into your program, into your construct, into your matrix. Get it? It's that simple. It's not, oh, they want to kill you, oh, they want to see you shit, they want to see you living on the shithole. No, they want you right in the middle, right, equalized. They want you equalized. They don't want you rich, they don't want you poor, they don't want you healthy, they don't want you dead. They want you right in the middle. So every time they need to do some extreme or some chill shit, you are very easy to adapt because you are right in the middle. Because if you are on the extremes, they need to use way more resources, energy, and time to bring you to the position they want you in. But if you're right in the middle, they need to use way less energy and way less resources to put you right where they want you to be. It's as simple as that, bro. It's as simple as that. It's not against you, it's for them. They're not against you. They don't even know that you exist. For them, you are a number. You are a natal chart for them. They are not doing things against you. They are doing things for their favor. But because 2 points, you are most likely super emotionally damaged and heavy, and because you don't know, you never really did something for yourself, and because it's not in your favor, you think it's against you. But no, the Shadow Ground, they don't give a fuck about you. That's the thing. They don't care about you. They just want you to show up, work, and go home. I don't care. Just come here, work, and go home. Don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything outside of whatever we want you to do, because we need you tomorrow to work and then go home again and shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? They are not against you. They are just doing shit for themselves. And because you are not a part of the plan, you're not a part of the family, club, society, whatever, you see as it being against you. But it's not. It's just in their favor. You know what I'm saying? But in the chat saying, yeah, going with the crowd, that makes sense. Indeed, mediocrity. Yeah, mediocrity, medium. Because people think that mediocrity means bad. No, mediocrity means okay. I mean, it's alright. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that, like, people need to stop, like, going against the government. No, you need to build your own shit. You don't need to destroy their things, you need to build your things. Alright? So, let's get going with today's reading. Let's take a tarot card for today's energy. Guys, if you're watching right now, share this live stream with your friends and family. This is very important information so we can get spiritually right and spiritually free and spiritually focused on the right things. Because most people are just distracted, out of track, out of the way. And if you have no way, you have no destiny. You have no purpose, you have no goal. That's the problem. It's not something against you, it's something that you are not doing for yourself. That's the real issue. That's the real motherfucking issue. Because, just to finish this point, I've come across during my work, my readings, my consultations, just chilling, streaming on Twitch, some people, quote unquote spiritual people, sometimes appear there and they be like, oh, is playing video games bad? Is watching movies bad? It's watching their sports bad? No, it's not. There is nothing that is bad. It's just like, are those things taking, or are you applying more of your time and energy into those things or your things? And that's where the problem gets born. It's not because you watch soccer that you are not spiritual. It's not because you watch their movies that you are not spiritual. It's not because you don't watch TV that you are spiritual. It's about what you do with that content. How do you digest it? What conclusions do you reach? Do you just take that information and that's it? Or you formulate your own conclusions? And you be like, bro, sometimes they're really inaccurate. Sometimes they really make no sense. That's a start already. That's you already not taking them as the authority when it comes to information and what's right and what's wrong. Who the hell are they to tell you how to live, how to protect yourself from the air? Who are they? Because just to finish that point, back in the day they were like, oh, the experts. Bro, where are they? Who is the expert? And who is making these decisions? Nobody. They were saying the experts, so just people took it with a note, with a grain of authority, but nobody was making that decision. Just like people think Elon Musk owns Tesla, but there is not one single person making actions. It's the board, it's a group of people. Elon Musk doesn't own shit. Or he owns, but he has no authority over it. That's why when you look at him, he's drained, he's defeated. He doesn't look like he's excited to do something. He doesn't look like he just came out of a great invention. He doesn't look like, oh, this is the shit. He looks like he's about to go to sleep. Because he's drained. He didn't know where he was going into. And now if he wants to come out, he's fucked. He can't. So, yeah, it's all about that. So, today, we have the Sun in Gemini, the Moon in Scorpio, and it's Jupiter Day in Taurus. So the Sun is fatal attracting Jupiter, and the Moon is opposing Jupiter. So today you might feel weird, opposed, stressed, nervous, or just too internal and insecurity about your travels, experiences, expansions, and how you obtain wisdom and knowledge. And you can act lighter and more casual about some serious and real experiences, travels, and ways to obtain wisdom and knowledge. There we go. We have one card for today. And it is Five of Cups. Very emotional. It makes sense. It's almost full moon. Moon in Scorpio. Jupiter in Taurus. There is a lot of shit in Taurus and Scorpio. No, just in Taurus. No, there is the moon and the south node in Scorpio. Then you have north node, Uranus, Jupiter, and Mercury in Taurus. So you have a Taurus stellium. This is what? Five of Cups. So that means that you are getting more attached, more connected, and more aware of your feelings, emotions, spiritual path, not just the future, but also where you came from, and your deep desires and reasons and meanings behind your creations, including your body, or certain diseases. There is certain diseases that tells you that as a spirit you were lost in a certain state for a certain period of time. You know what I'm saying? And that you hurt the certain or you didn't do enough, as in skill or time, the pathway that allows you to build a healthy organ. For an example, I'd say that you as a spirit were always denying or afraid of being seen, of being truthful, of believing in yourself. You're gonna manifest or straight up born with stomach problems. Let's say as a spirit you want to believe in something that is not real. You believe in what others say and you follow other paths. As a spirit, most likely will be born or manifest a lot of ocular problems because you can't see or you don't want to see for yourself or clearly. And that's true spiritual astrology, medicinal astrology, because I've seen some people that they think they SoulGroup because they watch Dolo and because they speak astrology, and they are the most biased shit. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what chakras is. They say that the root chakra is on the feet. That makes no fucking sense because your chakras, they are mainly on your torso, because then the hands and the legs, they are extensions. They are not a part of your core set of values, but the chakras move, so eventually the root chakra will be in your feet, but your solar plexus as well, and your third eye as well, but they are connected not with the feet. And they speak like medicinal astrology. They make no sense, basically. There is no correlation to spirituality. And that can't be, bro. That can't be. We have to stop adding baggage, negatively speaking, to astrology. Because one of the things that hurts astrology the most is those super open, relatable, love and light people. Do you know why? Because most people know that life ain't like that. Most people know that life is not love and light, either consciously or subconsciously. So when you come up as an astrologer or a conscious community, a woke person, and you are super relatable, you make no sense, you don't connect your knowledge to reality, they're gonna think that everybody that does astrology and spirituality is like you. So you are being a bad example. But hey, you're gonna get yourself, you better believe it. So, Five of Cups, you're getting extremely connected or attached to your dreams, illusions, imaginations, spiritual purpose, meanings and reasonings behind your creations, even the body, certain diseases that you have and whatnot. Let's take a card. Oh, just popped in my mind because I remembered that when I was a kid, there wasn't much kids with glasses. But these days, it's very common to see babies using huge glasses already. Because that means that their parents, they weren't seeing things clearly. They weren't being realistic. They were being they were being afraid of being responsible, of seeing things in their own way. That's why they attracted and helped create a body that can't see clearly, because them can't see clearly on other levels, on other dimensions. Bro, you have to share this live stream. This is some real knowledge. This is some real shit. Because they be like, oh, it's genetic. Where genes came from. Atoms, where atoms came from. Quarks, where quarks came from. Gluons, where gluons came from. Those sub-elemental particles, where those came from. From God, where God came from. From the Big Bang, where Big Bang came from. We don't know. So shut your ass up. If you don't know, shut up. I want to speak. I want to be doing those presentations. So if you don't know, shut your ass up and listen. I know. It comes from us. From no thing, shape and form. Like Dolo said some years ago, you're smokeless, smellless, tasteless, unseeable, invisible flame, because it's something that moves your spirit. And it's not a flame like fire. It's like we called fire because we know that as spirits we do it. We do that spiritually. So when we say our spirit is a smokeless flame, we are not saying that the spirit is the fire. We are saying that the fire resembles the spirit, because we did it first spiritually. When we call that constellation in the sky Aquarius, we're not saying that's the spirit. We are saying, oh, that does something that spirits do in a certain way. That is imitating the spirit. Not the spirit is imitating something, or the spirit is light, the spirit is the breath, the spirit is electricity, the spirit is energy, the spirit is God. No, all those things are imitating the spirit. But the thing is, the spirit can do many things. The spirit can move like this, a spirit can move like this, a spirit can move like this, and if you do this movement for long enough, it becomes real. That's what manifestation comes from. When you think, believe, and do something, either spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or physically for longer periods of time, it will become real. And it becomes more and more and more real. That's why most people say the hard part is not getting it, it's maintaining it. Because you have to maintain your spirit, yourself on track. That's why people are distracted, they are not on track, they are not maintaining the shape and form of their spiritual purpose. Bro, share this live stream, support the streamer. This is some real good information. This is some real shit. This is reality, bro. This is no La La Land, this is reality. This is reality. And this is coming from a guy, me, I was super scientifical. I remember when I was like 4th grade or 5th grade, there was this girl in my class, she always had a boyfriend. She had like 1 week single, boyfriend, right? And she came to me asking, oh, what is love? And I explained that love was a chemical reaction, and that's wrong. The chemical reaction comes after love. Actually, that deserves a video as well. Hold on, guys. Hi, everybody. Hi, every spirit. Welcome to one of Esoteric Cloud Surfer's live stream. This is a little bit out of that stream, and I want to explain to everybody that thinks that feelings and emotions are chemistry in your body. It's the other way around, right? Those chemistries and those electrical charges, they happened because you felt a certain way, because you reacted a certain way, because your spirit moved in a certain way, or in a certain environment. You create those substances, you create those neurons connecting with each other after you do something spiritual, after you change your mind, after you feel something really, really powerful. then you create vessels, blood, flesh out of it, right? And once I remember reading somewhere a very accurate depiction, which is like your body is the pharmacy, or is like the pharmacy cabinet, and your emotional state, now me knowing better, I correct that and I say your spiritual state is the key to that cabinet, right? Because it's like your body is it's the tree, and the organs and the chemistry is the fruit, but you are the spirit that made the tree that makes the fruit, right? So because many people say, oh, that's genetic, or that's because you are making this chemistry, so that is happening in your body, and this chemistry makes you feel a certain way. That's why certain people try to cure depression with pills by putting chemistry inside of you. No, that's not how you do it. You do a certain spiritual movement, and then you produce the right chemistry that will take you out of depression. You change your mind, you change your heart chakra, you change your fluids, you change the density, you change the speed at which your blood pumps, you change the density of your blood, you change the density of your lymphatic system, you change the chemistry and the reaction and the power of the chemistry reactions within you. It's not the other way around. The chemistry makes you feel a certain way. No, it's how you're already feeling. Your spiritual state creates the chemistry, creates the connections, creates the chain of events. It's not the other way around. Alright, guys? So always remember to believe in yourself, that the best way to be is to be your goddamn self, and to believe in all possibilities as well. You are the creator, not the creation. Sagittarius Cloud Surfer, surfing out. Real shit, bro. Share the stream, guys. Leave a like. This information has to reach more people. I can't be with 14 views forever. We need 14,000 views on this shit. And it's up to you. Because I'm here. I do it. I do the stream. I share it on IG and whatever. But you too. You can do it as well. And if you are not on camera, if you are not making content, you better be sharing the content that you think it's real. And I'm not talking about me. I'm not saying you have to share my content, but if you see some content that you think it's real, it's new, it's unique, you have to share it. Pluto in Aquarius, right now, be an agent of change. Be an agent of transformation. Don't be transformed. Be a transformer. Real shit. But that in the chat saying facts. You think of something, you feel a certain way, and your body moves, reacts accordingly. Yeah, how is that saying? Where the heart goes, the body goes. Shit, I should have remembered that when I was making the video, because that makes a lot of sense. Where your spirit goes, your heart go, your body go. That's it. That's it. That's all. It's just the way it is. Transformer. Transformer. And what are the transformers? Vehicle, or they transform into vehicles, spaceships. You are the transformer, and you transform from a being into a vehicle, so your spirit can experience being a being or a fucking vehicle. And that's it. Make that the title, lol. Transformer. But no, we're talking about the Moon in Scorpio going to fucking Sagittarius. And you're already 48 minutes in, bro. It's already 48 minutes in. Let's go, let's go. Let's see what's the best way to achieve all possibilities with the Sun in Gemini, Jupiter day in Taurus, and the Moon in Scorpio. And it is the Black Dragon. Focus on yourself. Pay attention to your internal world. And do not let anything from the outside perturb or distract you. And you should be alright. Okay, so let's pick up the pace. Let's resume. No. There the mind goes, the body goes. But I didn't make a video about that. You know, but we can make that in the description of that little short video that we just did. So, let's go for today's astrological reading, gematria reading. But yeah, it wasn't exactly the topic. No, it's not. It's not. And we want to be on point. Balance the full moon in Sagittarius energy with some air energy, on point energy. So, Sun in Gemini, 11 degrees. We are looking, or we already found, either in ourselves or around us, an example of individuality that we want to relate with that deals with more mutable, logical, and cold ways of acting, expressing, and seeing. Moon in Scorpio, reacting and responding to deep feelings, emotions, desires, and transformations. Mercury, 16 degrees Taurus, we are separating from old ways to think and communicate in fixed, practical ways. Venus, 26 degrees Cardinal Water, aka Cancer, we are spending a lot of time in our newly created feelings and emotions behind our values, relationships, and commitments. Mars, 2 degrees Leo, we want to relate more or better our passions, motivations, angers, and frustrations that are fixed and consistently connected with our spirituality, individuality, visions, feelings, entertainment, and attention. Jupiter in Taurus, 3 degrees, gaining or completing a new awareness in how to expand our fixed values, fixed stability, and fixed realistic and real circumstances. Saturn, 7 degrees Pisces, separating from old ways and being inspired by new ways to connect and be mutable with your feelings and emotions in a way that you create structure, stability, networking, and associations. Uranus, 20 degrees Taurus, we want to relate more or to a broader environment the unique changes or the unique yet fixed and realistic ways to have security and stability in your life. Neptune, 27 degrees Pisces, we are elevating and being wiser and having a wider awareness of our grand dreams, illusions, and imaginations. Pluto, 0 degrees Aquarius, starting the new age where we transform the world and ourselves by having a very unique, consistent, and new way and mentality to think, communicate, and analyze. Alright, and let's go. Moon in Scorpio, going into Moon in Sagittarius, preparing for the full moon. So in the full moon in Sagittarius, you're going to be reacting and responding extremely to the need or to what you manifested or didn't manifest when it deals to share and associate your spirituality, your belief system, your morality system, and your experiences. So right now with the moon in Scorpio, you should collect some experiences. You should be aware and make sense of deep transformations, deep desires. You should fulfill yourself or get something that, or make sure you already have, or make sure to go and grab something to fulfill yourself. So when the moon goes into Sag, you are reacting and responding to the right things, to spirituality, to sharing and connecting higher forms of expression, higher forms of connection and desire, not lower and deep forms. That's right now with the moon in Scorpio. Okay, so we're gonna see what the moon in Scorpio is doing for every sign so you know how to individually prepare for the full moon in Sag. And if you're not clear yet after the reading, call me on my cell phone and book a reading with me, alright? So let's go start with Aries. So if you have Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising or Aries Mars, this reading is for you. And the moon in Scorpio right now is misunderstanding your alignments. So let's see what are you going through right now and what is the best way to prepare for the full moon in Sag. Oh, 2 cards, but one fell first than the other, so you're gonna pick that one. And it was reversed Ace of Pentacles. So you Aries, you need to realize right now, you need to clear the misunderstanding because you have a very unique circumstance. You have a very unique way to have stability or to look stable or to be organized or to have profit. But you are misunderstanding it, misjudging it, or misusing it. And then when the moon hits Sag, you will not be able to communicate about it. You will not be able to share the spirituality and the testimonies and the wisdom and knowledge behind this because you confused or not clear about it. You need to recognize the uniqueness and individuality behind your current circumstance, okay? Moving on to Taurus. If you have... Oh, hold on, guys. I'm grabbing two decks at the same time. Two best friends at the same time. Scorpio Moon shit. Better believe it. Bro, today I was driving. People were crazy on the crossroads, on the crosswalks. You were not looking at the cars, they were just getting in. And Daddy was with me in the car. And I was like, bro, people want to... It's Moon in Scorpio. People really closing to die. People really closer to dying today. They're not even looking. Bro, like, like, it happened to me twice today. I passed on the crosswalk and the person, they weren't yet on the crosswalk, but they were almost. They weren't aware of me and I couldn't stop because I had a car right behind me. So I couldn't stop, right? And they just go in, just cross the road. Bro, hello, there's a fucking vehicle right here passing. If I touch you, gone, you dead. They don't even look. They're just like, oh, crosswalk, la la la. Bitch, you gotta be aware, bro. They too much focused on their own realm. They're not aware of what's going on. That's Moon in Scorpio. You get stuck in your own internal realm. And there is certain things outside that can help you lift up. But you're so focused inside, you can't see it. Let's go. If you have Sun in Taurus, Moon in Taurus, Rising in Taurus, Venus in Taurus, or if you have Scorpio Sun, because Taurus is also ruled by the Earth, and your Earth sign is the opposing sign to your Sun sign. So if you have all that in Taurus, this reading is for you, and the Moon in Scorpio is opposing your Taurus alignment or conjuncting your Sun in Scorpio, so you are feeling way more, you are being exposed to all type of things from yourself mostly, but because Taurus energy or Scorpio Sun, you're gonna think it's the outside, or you're gonna think it's that person, but if you didn't have that insecurity, you wouldn't feel that weird, right? Just the way it is. Your way, brother. So, how is the Moon in Scorpio affecting you right now? And what is the best way to prepare for the full Moon in Sagittarius? Let's know. Let's know. And we have reversed Five of Pentacles. So what does this mean? This means that you are being aware, on the positive side, you are being more aware of how you create, manifest, and materialize your physical circumstances, your physical situations, your reality, your limits, your boundaries, your profit, your blockages, whatever. You are being more aware of it, but there is something in you or outside of you that it's making you misunderstand, misuse, and misjudge the emotion, the feeling, the movement behind your physical circumstance. Or you are getting too attached, too emotionally reactive and responsive to a desired circumstance or situation that is realistic, that is real, that you can touch and shit, but you shouldn't be so attached or so emotionally connected to it. Let's move on. Remember, you can book readings with me using the links in the description down below. If you have Sun in Gemini, Moon in Gemini, rising in Gemini, or Gemini Mercury, this reading is for you. And the moon in Scorpio is, you are misunderstanding the moon in Scorpio, so you might misunderstand yourself and others because you feeling so deep, they feeling so deep, they feeling so weird, you feeling so weird, and it doesn't make sense because you Gemini, so you more light, you more logical, you looking for sense, but those emotions and feelings not always make sense. And you have the King of Wands. Where is it? There we go. It's not reversed, it's clear, because this means that you can be a great spiritual support. You can help others and yourself to lift up, have a clear perspective, and to realize the power, the light, and the gems in their current circumstance. So when the full moon in Gemini reaches, you feel lighter, you feel more powerful in yourself spiritually, so you are able to communicate and make sense out of yours and others' experiences, wisdom, knowledge, belief system, and morality system. Because if you don't lift yourself up, you can't make sense and see things clearly. Alright? Let's move on. Let's go into cardinal water, aka Cancer. But yeah, by the way, guys, by the way, if anybody thinks astrology is fake, why they called Cancer Cancer? Let me know. Let me know. Explain me. If you can't, shut up. Astrology is real. And it is. You go outside, sun, moon, stars, transitions, watches, clocks, Jesus, 12 disciplines. Easy. We live in an astrological system. Think about it. 12 signs, 12 months. Each sign has 30 degrees. Most months have 30 or 31 degrees. Do you need more evidence? 12 signs, 12 months. 30 degrees, 30 days. You have 4 elements, you have 4 seasons. 4 seasons with 3 months each. 4 elements with 3 signs each. You need more proof? You need more evidence? I don't think so. Let's go. If you have sun in cardinal water, sun in cardinal water, moon in cardinal water, rising in cardinal water, or Jupiter, because Jupiter is exalted in cardinal water, you are trining this moon in Scorpio, so you have a gift to be more consistent and fixed in your own feelings and emotions, and you can help others or yourself. If you are already stuck, you can help others initiate new deep feelings and emotions, and then or consequently create consistency and stability behind that. And you have the 5 of Wands. So you are being more subconsciously aware, or being aware, having a deeper connection and awareness, and being more attached and emotionally connected to your spirituality, individuality, creativity, passions, frustrations, individuality, expression, imaginations, and morality systems as well. You are being more connected, more aware, and you are feeling and reacting and responding more to those things. So that's good. Just don't go too deep, because if you go too deep, if you get too personal, it becomes an insecurity. You are secure inside insecurity, and then the full moon in Sag will ask you and everybody else to express, to care about connecting and expressing your wisdom and knowledge. So if you are so insecure about your spirituality right now, and you carry that to the full moon in Sag, you'll not be able to connect and share, because you'll be afraid that others think this, think that, and they react that way, and that doesn't matter. You have to solidify, use this, you are on the right way, Cancers. Just don't do this too much. Simple. Because I think it's easy for you, because Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, and Jupiter will be the patronus, the ruler of the full moon in Sag. So you already know what is the way. But don't go too hard, because if you go too fast, there is a corner and you smash on the wall. Okay? Let's move. To Leos. So, if you have your Sun, Moon, or rising in Leo, you are squaring the Moon in Scorpio right now. And this reading is for you. You are learning how to feel and process things for real, really deep, really internal. And you are learning how to be more private, more strategic, and more smart about your desires, validation, pleasure, and attention. You got 2 cards, 3 cards, but we'll just reshuffle because you ain't no Pisces. You got 1 card and that's it, okay? Okay, I'm enjoying those like numbers. I'm enjoying those views right now. Come on, guys. Call your friends. Call your family to the screen right now. There is a cool dude, a good looking dude talking about some real spiritual shit. But Leos, let's see what's going on now on the moon in Scorpio so we can prepare you for the full moon in Sag. That's 1 card, that's it. Ace of Cups, okay. So Leos, you have to go through this right now. You can't run away from this learning lesson, which is more emotional, more deep, more spiritual, more about your internal desires, passions, motivations, aggression, and frustration. But you will learn that within you, there is a very unique and powerful feeling, emotion, dream, illusion, imagination, or meaning and reasoning behind your, or that is your spiritual purpose. And you gotta find this within you, or you gotta create this out of the learning lesson, because this will be the thing that you'll be sharing or receiving on the full moon in Sag, right? If you don't pass through this learning lesson, if you're running away, if you're looking for external validation, if you're looking to satisfy your physical desires too much without first satisfying your spirit, for an example, you have no proof of your power. You have no testimony, because Sag is a lot about that. Your testimonies. Me and you can go through the same experience, but we go in different ways. You have your testimony, I have my testimony. And Leos, sometimes they don't have their testimonies because they're too much looking for validation. They're too much looking to look good, or to be fun, or to be this, or to be that, and they ain't themselves. So then they have no true story to tell. And I've witnessed this because when I was a kid, one of my best friends was a Leo, and sometimes he will steal the show from others, like somebody's telling a story and he wants to be the one telling the story because he has no stories to tell, because he's too fucking relatable and he does nothing on his own. Simple. And remember, Leos, you're gonna be trining the full moon in Sag, so if you don't do this, your gift will be empty. And it will feel even worse. Because worse than being in a bad situation is knowing that you missed a good situation. Because you can get out of a bad situation, but you can't go in a good situation that you missed. So if you don't accept this, if you don't go through this learning lesson right now, you'll have an empty gift. Imagine, you Christmas night, everybody receiving a gift, your cousin receives a PS5, your other cousin receives an Xbox 30,000, and there is your father with a big ass box, and it's fucking empty. That's what you're gonna experience on the full moon in Scorpio if you don't go through this learning lesson right now, Leos. Melo the Starman in the chat, we up. Waze is here as well. Shout out to Sagittarius Cloud Surfer and Daria and Melo the Starman. Shout out back to everyone, guys. Y'all are amazing. Guys, go support us. Support us. Me and Daria with subscriptions, with likes, sharing, ask for readings, for clothing, for paintings, for earrings, sculpture, web design, personal consultations. Bro, me and Daria, we got a full kit. We got a full kit. We are a full kit. You know what I'm saying? The full kit. We are the full kit. Brother. Next, Virgos. So if you have your sun, moon, rising, or Mercury in Virgo, this reading is for you, and you are sextiling the moon in Scorpio. So you have an opportunity to feel more, to feel stronger, or to feel deeper in whatever Virgo thing, I have no idea what you're doing, you were in before. So if you were worrying, you're gonna go extra deep. If you were sure and organized and keep things going, you're gonna go more deep into that. You're gonna justify and solidify that path, or you have the opportunity to do that right now. Guys, if you were not here in the start of the stream, in the end, go and watch it. There was a lot of wisdom, a lot of gems being dropped up about from the start to like 40 minutes. It was just gems. Just gems, bro. Go and check it. Does this count for a 2-degree Virgo Mercury too? Yes. But then you got extra homework to do. Because you have 2 degrees Mercury Virgo. So you're gonna check that Leo energy as well. Because you have both. So you got extra power, but you also got extra responsibility. You have to do math homework and biology homework. Hey, you chose it. You chose to be that way. It is the way it is. Your way. Let's go. Oh, there is a card for the Virgos. And it is the Queen of Cups. So right now, Virgos, you have the opportunity to receive great emotional support. Okay? But first, you gotta be open to yourself and all possibilities. You gotta, whatever you do, you gotta be sure and you gotta be worried about the right things. Virgos are very like much Aquarius. You have a superpower that most people think it's a curse. Virgos, you over worry. Aquarius, overthink. But that's a power. Because if we over worry about the right things, you got it. Aquarius, if you overthink about the right things, you got it as well. But that's the problem. If you're distracted, if you're using external database to make your conclusions, you are overthinking and over-worrying about the wrong shit. If you are doing you, if you want to expand yourself in the world, for an example, and you over-worry about that, and you overthink about that, you are on the right way. Simple. Virgos, you have the opportunity to receive great emotional support, but you have to be fixed on your emotions and feelings and on the right way, on the right shit. You know what I'm saying? Understood, boss. That's it. Sagittarius Cloud Surfer, Aquarius Stellium, big, big Saturn energy, but I like to be a bit more relatable because Saturn is not hard, bro. I remember last year somebody that is quote unquote spiritual, they think they're spiritual, I don't know how they're doing right now, but they made a video saying Saturn is hard and then they deleted it. Because Saturn is not hard, people just forgot that Saturn is like normal and hard is good. When you get excited as a man, your ding ding gets hard. As a girl, you get wet as well, but your ding dings over here, bro. We can't even talk about life. Fucking YouTube, bro. We can say certain words, man. Your upper ding dings get hard, so that's good. Being hard is good. So Saturn being hard, because and to be clear, it was not the only person that I saw saying, oh, you know, Saturn is hard and things is hard. Bro, that's normal. Look at your body. This is fucking hard, bro. We already hard. We already Saturn. We already do it. Bro, right? I don't know, but also I have a lot of Aquarius energy, so it's easier for me to understand this. I'm one of the biggest examples of that. But it does make sense, right? That's how you create the world, by being hard on something or in a certain area. Let's go, Libras. If you have talk about bones, yo, bones, boner, because your thingy, your Lil Dick rapper career artist looks like a bone right now. It went from 8th house, away from Saturn, Earth, Moon, to Saturn real quick. Now it's hard. It went from softy to hard. Right? Right? Boner. It's simulating a bone. It's doing Saturn-like stuff. Moving on. Moving on. So, if you have your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Saturn, because it's exalted in Libra, this reading is for you, and you are fatal attracting the Moon in Scorpio, so you might be acting, feeling, or relating too much or too lightly, or others might look at you like you should be more reserved, you should be more private, you shouldn't be so happy. Slap them right up. Slap them right up. Oh, we got a card. 4 of Cups. Yeah, everybody getting Cups energy. It makes sense, because when the Moon is in Scorpio, it's already a representation of full moon, and it's almost full moon, so it's really full moon in Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? 4 of Cups. Because a cup, what is a cup? It's something to power liquid in, to contain emotions and feelings, right? It's all about that. So 4 of Cups means that you Libras, you are now making more sense, thinking more, or thinking in a more masculine, external, straight, direct, and dry or cold way about your feelings, emotions, relationships, and spiritual purposes. So this is good in one way, because you're going to be able to make sense and be clear about the things that you're going to share or express or look as a spiritual example in the full moon in Sagittarius. But that's something that most people don't understand, and the shadow government that don't understand. We make sense out of these things. Emotions and feelings and spirituality, they are not sense. You make sense out of those things. So you go in, good old in and out. That's sex, bro. Good old in and out, in and out. You go in a state and you make sense out of it. If you can't make sense out of it, you can't get out. Bro, this is some real shit. when you go into a state and you can't make sense, you can't go out. That's why you have people that are 50 years old physically, but they are mentally 4 years old because they never made sense out of whatever space they were in. Good old in and out. Moon Scorpio, everything leads to sex, because once you become aware as a spirit, you will be doing sex forever. Because the only time you are not doing sex is when you are unaware of yourself and others. But the first time you are aware of yourself and your surroundings, you're already sharing spaces, because it's always spaces within spaces. So you're always sharing something. Space, fluid, awareness, intentions, physicality, problems, happiness, solutions. That's all sex. That's why it's how we create new life here, through sex, because that's life, or that's what we do spiritually, right? So you have to understand, Libras, that not all emotions and feelings make sense, and you don't need to make sense of all the things, feelings and emotions within you, because sometimes it's through that not making sense that you find the right spiritual partners, right? And look, I have a lot of air energy. Saying this makes my brain feel really uncomfortable, but it's true. It's true. You don't need to make sense out of every feeling and emotion, because, to be fair and honest, there is most feelings and emotions you shouldn't give a fuck about. So you shouldn't make sense, or you shouldn't care about those. Just let them go. Let them get out of you. You don't need to get them out of yourself. Alright? So now, moving on. Scorpios. If you have Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Pluto, or Uranus, because, and ain't that funny, the planet called Uranus exalted in Scorpio. Somebody was really funny back in the day. Somebody was really making jokes back in the day, right? Uranus exalted in Scorpio. Duh. Uranus, Scorpio. You get it? Somebody was making jokes that day. Somebody was making jokes that day. Somebody drank, smoked too much that day. That's a testimony for sure. So if you have Sun, Moon, Rising, Pluto, Mars, or Uranus in Scorpio, this reading is for you. And the Moon is conjuncting yourself, so you're feeling more exposed, more secretive, more deep, more this. Whatever it is, you're feeling more. That's it. That's all, right? So you have to realize. So what's after this? What's the next season? On the micro scale, full moon in Sag. What is that about? It's hot. It's expressive. People gonna see things. You gonna see things. So if you go too deep, if you get too stuck in something that you're gonna be sharing, that's what you're gonna be receiving, that you're gonna be reacting and responding to, right? So be careful. Yeah, people laughing in the chat. That's it, bro. That's it. It is what it is. It is what it is. We got the flip, the sun. The sun is flipping your ass, Scorpios. You're feeling uncomfortable with expressing or exposing or being exposed or being seen. Why you exist then? Right? Oh shit. No, just okay. No, it's okay. Oh, yeah. Yep, makes sense. Makes sense. You know why? Because it's the Two of Cups. So you want / need / are already doing this, which is relating, conversating, talking, receiving information that deals with your dreams, illusions, imagination, passions, motivations, anger, frustration, deep desires, deep experiences, and spiritual belief systems. And you have to do this right now, which is find a deeper relationship, a deeper connection, a deeper event to share first with yourself or somebody that is really a relation, like a real relationship, a spiritual ship. And then with the full moon in Sag, you do it with the world, basically. But you have to do it with yourself or somebody really important first. Two of Cups, two relating internal shit. So then full moon in Sag relates some external spiritual shit. Okay? Let's go to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. If you have your sun, you guys are a bit distracted. You saw this random moment? That's some Sagittarius energy. You guys be random as fuck right now. And you wanna fuck some random things as well. No, Scorpio. They have Sagittarius, they have this thing where they think they Scorpios and they think they Aquarius. No, you are a Sagittarius. They think they're unique, they not. They think they are ready to fuck and be fucked by everything, you not. You are a Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter. Not Saturn, not Mars, Jupiter. Okay? So if you have your sun, your moon, your rising, your Jupiter in Sag, this reading is for you, and you are fatal attracting this moon in Scorpio before the full moon in your sign. So you already feeling it. You already feeling the full moon scenario. And it's like that, those moments in the scary movies where it's not scary yet, but you know it's about to be scary, so it's more stressful than the actually scary moment. That's what you're going through right now, Sagittarius. So you might be feeling more deep, more internal and more private about things that you normally feel more open and light about, and others be like, why are you feeling so deep? I don't understand. You usually so happy. So they don't know shit. They don't know astrology. They don't know you. They don't know them. Two cards. No, you ain't Pisces. You're gonna get the first one. The other one is a sideline story, a filler episode that presents the time like when the main character went to the bathroom and saw this girl doing this power, but that has nothing to do with the main storyline. You know, you heard. So you Sagittarius got el 6 de espadas, el 6 de espadas, the 6 of swords. Bro, you Sagittarius really distracted as fuck, bro. I'm here talking Spanish and shit. By the way, I'm fluent in Spanish as well. I'm fluent in Portuguese, Spanish, English, and anime. Daijoubu. Itadaima. Oyasumi. Oni-chan yamete kudasai. Weeb desu. Kimoi. So, 6 of swords. Bro, Sagittarius, stop that shit. So, you guys so distracted. You guys so fucking distracted. Stop. Use your Aquarius, your neighbor Aquarius energy. Use the opposing Gemini energy and get straight, get to the point. And actually, Six of Swords, you have to bring more power, more control, more attention, and more authority to your mind, thoughts, ideas, and relationships. And you gotta make sure that it makes sense, it's fair and balanced, so when the full moon in Sag arrives, it isn't a shit show. It isn't a circus. Everything it makes sense, and you might be, because sometimes you need to overreact to certain shit, but the right stuff. And if you don't clean, if you don't bring authority and power to your thoughts, ideas, and relationships, you're gonna be overreacting to all types of wrong stuff in the full moon. That's true, bro. Didn't you just saw how distracted I was being in your energy, being in your space? Kimoi? Esoteric Cloud Surfer Sensei? You better believe it. You better believe it. Because I have a lot of teacher, a lot of like shaman, sage energy. Aquarius Stellium, bro. Big Ed Stellium, bro. Libra Rising, for an example. Capricorn. If you have you almost threw half of the deck away, Capricorns. So you almost super scattered, but you have something in you, a feeling, an emotion, a thought, or idea, or a relationship is holding you back. Or just that Saturn energy is holding you back. You almost lost it, you almost wasn't able to make sense, then you're like, hey, I'm a Capricorn, I have Saturn energy. What the fuck, I make sense out of everything. So if you have Sun, Moon, Rising, Saturn, or Mars, it's the Mars exaltation and the Moon in Scorpio, making you all crazy, making you jump the gun. But then you'll be like, bro, no. Saturn, internal side of Saturn. I ain't jumping no guns. If you have Sun, Moon, Rising, there you go. Saturn or Mars in Capricorn, because Mars is exalted in Capricorn. This reading is for you, and you are sextiling the Moon in Scorpio, so you have an opportunity to emotionally and spiritually solidify and be consistent, stuck, or stubborn about the new things that you are creating or presenting that deal with stability, security, and safety in your life. And before the full moon, 9 of Cups. Okay, so right now you have the opportunity to elevate and expand your internal emotional realm. And you have to do it because that will be the thing, the testimony that you'll be sharing in the full moon in Sag. If you don't elevate your emotional state, your emotional awareness, and your spiritual awareness, you will have no testimony, you'll have no wisdom and no knowledge to talk about or to receive on the full moon in Sag. And it will be very weird. And then you're gonna be looking for the wrong type of knowledge, you're gonna be sharing the wrong type of wisdom. Because you didn't got it for yourself. Let's move on. Oh, you guys also changing your expanding your emotions. You are changing the density level of your fluids. You are changing the density level of your feelings and emotions. Some real shit, bro. Some real shit. Aquariuses, if you have your sun in Aquarius, moon in Aquarius, rising in Aquarius, Mercury exalted in Aquarius, oh shit, Saturn in Aquarius, or Uranus in Aquarius, this reading is for you. And right now you are squaring this moon in Scorpio, so you are learning how to act, feel, relate, change, think, and communicate in a more deep, spiritual, private, and meaningful way about some real shit. Because Aquariuses, you are very spiritual indeed, but sometimes you still confuse reality with what's really real. What's really real is spirit, and then the spirit creates reality. So what's really real is the spirit, because when the spirit change, reality change. When reality change, the spirit don't change. So what's really real is your internal realm, your own internal space, your own space. And you have reversed 10 of wands right now. So you have to learn how to clarify misunderstandings, usages, and misjudgments that make you overreact, over respond, and just feel too much and in many different ways, but that make no sense and are no part of the building and constructing that you are doing as an Aquarius. And you have to learn how to do that right now. So when the full moon in Sag comes up and you have that big opportunity to connect yourself, your associations, and your mentality in a spiritual, extra fulfilling way, full moon in Sag. But if you don't learn how to clean these misunderstandings, you're gonna be insecure, you're gonna be thinking weird about others, you're gonna be thinking weird about yourself, you're gonna be thinking it's not worth it, you're gonna be all Karen up, you're gonna be all defensive, all closed, or polluted. So if you clean this misunderstanding and you understand that others trigger you in a certain way, others make you feel weird in a certain way, and you own that, Scorpio, what you're learning right now, being fixed, being consistent on your feelings and not on how others make you feel. And this is very important because Aquarius spend so much time in their mind that sometimes they think they are feeling certain ways and they are just being played around and being manipulated because they don't know better how to come deeper. So you're learning it right now. You're learning it right now. You can't run away from it, because then if you ran away from it, you're gonna bring this to the full moon in Sag, and this gonna expand. Because remember, full moon in Sag, ruled by Jupiter, it can expand shit really, really fast, both internally and externally. And let's move on. Lastly, but not leastly, is that the word leastly? English is not my main tongue, so I'm not sure about that. Well, hold on. Okay. Pisces feeling. You guys feeling like you're not sure. Pisces feeling like you're not sure. Oh, what the big new? Pisces are not sure. Oh my god. Wasn't the plot twist? They were unsure already, right? And you guys finding a bit of a hard time to be comfortable and to be in the right place. So if you have the sun, moon, rising, damn. You guys releasing a lot though, Pisces. If you have sun, moon, scatteredness, oh, it's alright. It's a mutable square for the full moon, but right now it's a trine. So if you have sun, moon, rising, Jupiter, Neptune, or Venus, because, let's go, because Venus is exalted in Pisces, this reading is for you. And right now, you are trining the moon in Scorpio, so you have a gift to feel or be more consistent, stubborn, or stuck with your feelings, emotions, dreams, illusions, and imaginations. And you also have a gift to be more passionate, more motivated, more angry, more frustrated about yours and others because of the mutable energy, feelings, emotions, dreams, illusions, and imaginations, and you got the Tower, Mars. So that shows us that you are very open and ready to use the gift from Scorpio, because Mars rules Scorpio, right? And also, you have a gift to transform and transit. Because especially you Pisces, you don't suffer. You are the sign most likely that suffers the least with the tower. Sometimes you create tower moments just for fun or because you don't trust yourself enough, right? Because the tower represents anything, anything you were building falling. It could be a feeling, it could be a business, it could be a relationship, it could just be a thought or an idea, it could be a pleasure, and that's falling right now. And you Pisces sometimes hate to be on a routine. You guys hate to be building the same thing forever, so you just go and kick it to see if it falls, right? So you have that gift right now. You have the gift to help yourself and others transit. Bro, I'm not finding it. The fuck? Oh, there we go. So that's what Pisces got. You have a gift to help yourself and others before, this is so important, before the full moon, to understand you are on a new space. You are now building something new. You have to finish those whole businesses and start these new businesses. I know you were attached to that shit, but this new shit is making you more Mars, making you more motivated, more passionate, more aggressive, or more frustrated, but it's a new start. You are building, you are accumulating something new. And you as Spices, you can really bring that comfort, that clarity, and that acceptance to yourself or somebody else because of that mutable energy. But you have the gift right now to realize, accept, and transit to a new area of your life or awareness. Alright? And it is everything for today, guys and girls and spirits, because the spirit is androgynous. Thank you very much. And that's also a wrong thing that the shadow government is doing right now. They are promoting a lot of genders, but the spirit has no gender. So I guess we should be promoting, no, yeah, we should be promoting, like, who gives a fuck? What matters is what you individual do. Just like, who gives a fuck if the earth is flat or round? What is important is what you do on it or with it, right? So guys, thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, a whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. Always believe in yourself, believe in all possibilities, and book a reading or personal consultation with me via IGDM or the email in the description down below. You can find all my services on my Instagram pages. Thank you very much for watching again. Till the next time, Sagittarius Cloud Surfer, surfing out. See you soon.